This is the show where you come to undress the mess, get real, and be healed. With your host, SylindaD, author, life coach, and glow girl extraordinaire. Eve, the connect strategist and queen of networking. And Lacole, financial strategist and the ultimate girl boss. Now, it's removing the bandages.
Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday to you all. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Removing the Bandages. Hey, ladies.
Hey, it's Thursday. It's Thursday. What you gonna do?
Hey. I like that, Eve. All right, you're in the mood tonight, ladies. It's almost the end of the week. How are you guys doing? We haven't been on in a while.
I know.
Oh, missed you, ladies.
We have been missing everybody.
Yes.
I know. What have you been up to? Look, Eve, what have you been up to?
Look, let's if we're gonna talk about that, we're gonna talk about love. I don't know if people are ready for that. Like, love down here.
She said we're going to talk about love, Lacole. Okay. I love it. I love the smile, the glow that you have.
Thank you. Yeah, this year has been rough for a lot of people, but the crazy thing about it is, and I'm not the only one, a lot of people have found love through this whole situation, being at home, being closer to family. And I think people are more appreciative to life now and spending more time with your loved ones and things like that. So I think people are changing their mindset. So it's a good thing. Not a good thing that we're losing life and we're dealing with this situation, but I think it has created a kind of like a call for everyone to love on people.
Oh, that's true. That's definitely true. Wow. Well, we want to say good evening to everyone that's tuning in on Facebook Live, also on YouTube. Guys, make sure you go check out our YouTube page. It's brand new, Removing the Bandages Talk Show. Make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Subscribe. I don't want to mess that word up. Good evening, Shonda. Good evening, Cheryl. Good evening, Regina. Good evening to everybody that is tuned in. Ladies, I'm excited about the show tonight.
Yes,
this is going to be a good topic. Whenever you talk about relationships, it gets of all kinds. It gets interesting.
Like who doesn't like a girl talk? Maybe man. So hello to any man out there, but we're gonna talk some girl talk tonight.
Right, we're gonna let you in on the girl talk a little bit.
Yes.
Hey, you are too funny.
Maybe you learn something.
Oh my! She said maybe okay. You know what? You're right, because we can tell men how we feel, how we think, and hey, you never know. You never know.
Yes, they're gonna learn some good nuggets from us tonight.
Yes, they are still chiming in. Good afternoon, good evening, Miss Sarah. Good evening, Celestine. They're still chiming in. Yeah, I love it. Tonight we are going to have girl talk. Get your wine, get your water, get your fruits, get your snacks, whatever. Get it and come and just sit down with us and let's just wind down and get ready for some girl talk. And we want you all to engage in the conversation with us, ladies. Y'all, oh wow. Our topic tonight, can men and women, can the opposite sex be friends without having sex, without being intimate? Is that possible for a man and a woman to be best friends?
Who wants to start?
You know I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of guy friends, and I have people that are around me. They have amazing girls as friends. So I think it can be possible, but the stage needs to be set like that from the beginning. And I think it works better when they have grown together, they know each other for a long time. But I think I find it difficult for someone that has met for a few months and they act like they can just be friends and they don't like each other, especially if you're handsome or if she's beautiful. I have a hard time with that. But if they know each other for a long time, I think it can be possible.
I can agree with that. I can agree. If they have established a friendship and have had a friendship for a very long time, but let's say you're in a relationship and then there's newcomers, new friends. How do you feel about that? I
That's
don't know how
different.
I
Yeah,
feel about that. Brand new
yeah.
friends.
Friends. Okay. Okay.
Unless you're really ugly. If you're really ugly, then it's
Oh,
okay.
right. But really attractive friends that are brand new on the scene. I don't know about that.
Okay. Regina says, I think there are always some feelings involved. Okay. Wow.
Always is a strong
Kendon,
word. Always is a strong word, right? Because it's
always.
always,
Yeah,
you know, it depends. That's tricky. That's tricky because, like you said, Eve, if both are attractive, but not only that, attracted to one another, then that's different. Then
yeah.
it's like that's flag on the play.
Yeah, I have friends that I grew up with them since we were in elementary school. I would never look at them in that kind of way. Like I have seen the worst of them looking ugly. We've been playing with dirt. Like we have done it all. I would never look at them in that kind of manner. So I think it can be done when it comes to being a long time friend. But someone that you just met for a few years, that's a little bit more difficult.
If you just met him, you said a few months or?
No, if you just met them and
Mhm.
he's pretty much saying, "No, I just want to be your friend. We're just gonna be cool." I have a really hard time with that one because you don't have that. Just like Lacole say, they haven't established. They don't know a lot about each other. And most of the time, what happened with that, because it happened to me, I had a friend. We were friends for years, and then suddenly he was like, "I like you. Can I kiss you?" And I'm like, "What?
But
That
Eve,
wasn't supposed to happen."
it's good though to have that good friend. You've been friends for a while, and then they say, "Okay, I like you." At least you've grown to know them as a good friend. They know the ins and out about you. They know the good, the bad, the ugly, and so I think that those become the best people to fall in love with sometimes.
If they're the right person, yes, but most of the time they're not. That's why you never look at them in any other way.
She is not. She's like, I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, like I want to stick with the friendship.
Because
What about, go
more
ahead,
often
Nicole.
than not, we know from the beginning whether that attraction is there.
Yeah,
And so you go into it with the intention, like, okay, either I like you like that and I want to get to know you on that level, or you walk into it like, no, we're just going to be cool and that's that. So, and a lot of times that's where it gets tricky because I feel like sometimes we as women and men too, we can get caught up in relationships that are friendships, and then we can, even if the person has someone else, it's tricky because if those boundaries aren't in place and that person is attracted to them, if that other person who's in the relationship doesn't have or is not respecting the boundaries
Mhm.
and is not a trustworthy person, then that can lead to some messy situations.
yeah. I just always get scared of losing that friendship. Like, sometimes you have talked to that person for years and you guys do a lot of things together and you have a great time and then suddenly something happened and now that friendship is gone. Because it would never be the same. You would never look at that person the same.
Well, it's different for me. I met a guy and we started out trying to talk, like trying to date, but it just did not work as far as dating. We ended up being the best of friends. And I remember going out one day and this lady, people would tell us, y'all are so cute together. Y'all the cutest couple. I'm like,
Nah.
okay. She said,
Everything.
just don't sleep together or do anything like that because you're going to mess it up. And, we never did or anything like that. But we remained best friends. He passed away a few years ago, but we remained best friends and we started out trying to date each other. So mine was a little opposite. And when I say the best of friends, that was my best friend.
Yeah, yours was the opposite way. So I guess that way it will work as well too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
So what? Go ahead, Eve.
no, it's somewhat Yolanda say, yep, mess up everything. So I think we'll definitely say it does work. It just depends on the situations. I think we all agree to that. It all depends on the situation, the timing, the season, what the person is coming to, all that kind of stuff, the friendship.
Yeah. And Shonda says friends first and gather the data first. Get the information. Get the 411 first. Before you go into it, y'all, but I got to tell you, it's some slick fellas out there now. They slick.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot, but I'm going to say this, and I may be playing devil's advocate when I say it, but a lot of men sometimes will meet a guy and they tell us that they just want to be friends, and we're like, okay, I could be cool with you, I'll be friends with you too, but we end up liking them,
Right.
and then you become intimate with them, then your feelings, women's feelings start getting involved, and he's like, well, I tried to tell you in the beginning, I only wanted to be friends.
Yep.
How? Why does that happen?
Yeah, again, I think that was one of the pieces that I mentioned at the beginning. It depends how the stage is set. If you're clear and you're making sure that you're staying consistent, it should not be a problem. But there are certain people out there that kind of like go either way. Like they say from the beginning, I just want to be your friend, but then they doing some other things to kind of get your attention. It's like, that is not friendship. You see what I'm saying? So you have to stay consistent and make sure that no sleeping over, not going out at night with that person if you're going to be alone. Like there are certain things you cannot do with a man as a friend or a female as a friend. You cannot get to drink and be in the same room alone. Something may happen. So don't get into those situations if you don't want any trouble.
Jerry Springer moment, right?
And 90%. It was your fault.
It was the alcohol. That's what did it. We were drunk. She said 90%. That's it. What were you about to say, Lacole?
Oh, I was looking at the comments. She said them dang, Yolanda said them dang feelings be messing stuff up.
Ooh, girl, Yolanda, yes.
Feelings.
I get it. And Anisha says, I agree, don't start treating him like your girlfriend either. I love it. I love it that our audience is engaging tonight. Valencia says, I actually had a male friend tell me, ain't nobody just trying to be your friend unless you ugly. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think ugly people have this type of issues.
Well, the issue that they may have is that somebody is wanting to be their friend, just their friend.
Well, listen, okay, question. If you have a male friend, a close male friend, and vice versa, and your best friend your best friend goes over, which is the opposite sex. Is it okay for them to be over at their house alone if you are deeply involved in your relationship? Let's just say, Lacole, you're dating somebody. You guys are extremely close. It's been probably about 3 years. And he has a best friend as a female. And you kind of feel that she's feeling something for him, but they're just friends. Would it be okay for her to go over if you're not there?
No, absolutely not.
So what are you trying to say, Lacole? You don't have enough trust and faith in your man?
No, it's not that. It's not that I don't. Well, here's the thing. Just like you said, if you put yourself in these situations, anything can happen, and it doesn't mean that the person is a bad person. It's just that if you don't have that self-control, and sometimes people fall, if that self-control isn't there, or the other person just wants to test the waters, you just never know how people start feeling. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think the key word, like you mentioned, you say, I don't trust that person. I already know she feels something. I think that's it right there.
Right.
That crosses the line. But if there's nothing like that, then there's no concern. But you already have concerns. So again, we're women. We have a great intuition. Whenever there's something going on, it's true, damn it.
We're like the FBI. We know, don't we?
Yeah, if there's something going on in your head and you start seeing things, you need to believe it. You need to trust it.
Yes, you do.
But what if you're wrong, Eve?
Then I don't prove me wrong. Don't go there. Don't spend no time with him.
Oh my God. Okay, Yolanda says, I trust mine. She trusts her man, but she don't trust the other person. Okay.
Because sometimes, let's just be honest here, sometimes women can test the waters and they will try to see how far they can push it and how far that man will allow them to go. So,
yeah. And she said we're FBI, CIA, DEA.
We're all of that.
Yeah.
We know. And you know what's
Oh
amazing?
yeah.
Like we see everything. Like if you're out with your boyfriend and you know another chick is checking him out or she's trying to move in, like just to see if she can get his attention, and you mention it. Well, how do you know that? I'm a woman. I know. They don't ever believe that.
No, we know. We know. We know.
We know, right?
Guys, if you're listening, your woman knows.
Yeah.
She knows. Listen to her.
Well, Lacole, have you ever had a best friend, a guy best friend, and you started catching feelings for him?
No,
No.
actually. Mm-mm.
Lacole is like, no.
Everyone who was a friend was a friend. And, you know, it may not have started for that person with that in mind, but that was, it was to me, I walked into it saying, no, we're friends. And I established those boundaries off the rip. And that was it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Eve. Well, listen, when I got married, guys, my ex-husband had a best friend who was a female, and they talked on the phone all the time. So I never met her. And I'm like, okay, why can't I meet her? So one day we had a barbecue and she finally came over. I didn't like her. I didn't like her.
Why? What happened? How did she interact with you when you met her?
It was just this look that she had, Lacole.
Like, you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah. And I'm looking at her like, you at my house, you're not supposed to be here, but because they were supposed to be best friends before I came into the picture. So I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like she was here before I was. So that's his best friend. So I can't come in and destroy that relationship where she's been there for him when I wasn't there. Mm-hmm. But you start feeling some type of way, like I'm the wife now. He doesn't need you. What do y'all think about that? Help me out, audience. What do y'all think?
Audience,
that's a tough one. That's a tough one because I think it all depends how the relationship evolved. Like right now, my older half has a best friend and I love her already. I haven't even met her yet, but we talk in a group chat. We be joking, we be laughing. They grow up together and I already love her. But do you see how our relationship is evolving? She called him Bestino. She called me Bestina. Like, I think that's the difference. She never tried to get to you as a friend and have a relationship. You have to do that. You just cannot set yourself apart and be like, I'm going to be your man's friend, but not yours. Absolutely. No, you can't do that. There's a respect that needs to be part of it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yep. That's the difference right there. If they include you in the friendship, then that's okay. But if there's too many secrets and we're spending too much time on the phone together and we're not interacting, all of us, no, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because
it's disrespectful. You don't do that, especially when you marry. That's a completely different level.
Completely different. Yeah. Olivia says if they are friends, then they will want to meet you, talk with you just as much as she would talk with he would talk. Yep.
Yeah. They're part of the family.
Okay. Yes, we all have to be friends. Y'all, these ladies are into this tonight. Oh my goodness. Real truth and grown way. Okay. So I hear a lot of females say this. I don't fool with women because women gossip too much and they're too messy. So I have a lot of guy friends and that's who I only deal with. But then when they get into a relationship and start liking the guy, then it's, it's the other way around where it's vice versa. The guy feels some type of way and she does not want to let go of her guy friends because she feels like that was her protection before the man came. How do y'all feel about that?
I know a lot of people say that, and I think we all have been guilty of saying, look, I don't even want to have a lot of girls in my circle because this is what happened, this is what doesn't happen. But I think it can go either way. And I know Yolanda can speak about it. We can see things with female's perspective and male perspective as well. Because you don't want to meet a guy that has a bunch of girls, right? As friends. It's weird. It's like, are you straight? Or why are you talking about girl time? Or going to the mall with the girls? Like, what we got here? Mm-hmm. Or you want to do the same thing with a guy, with a female. The female's like, oh yeah, I got to hang out with my boys. And my boys are like, what's going on? You see what I'm saying? There is a reason why girls need to kind of like have female friends, because we can relate to a lot of topics and it's a better conversation, and guys do the same thing. You don't want to have your man hang out with a bunch of girls when they go to a bar. They want to hang out with guys so they can talk shit about us. Same thing with us. We want to talk shit about them when we get together. Like, he bought me this, girl, he did that. Oh my God, I'm so in love. All that kind of stuff. You don't feel right. I wouldn't feel right to talk about that kind of stuff with a guy. So I don't know. It's just there's certain things that we shouldn't do with them, and they shouldn't do with us.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that. Yeah, I've heard that before about women saying that they prefer to have male friends, and I get it to a degree because you know how we can be. I'm saying we collectively, but female relationships, female friendships are really important. We need to have that. You need to have your sister relationship. So, I won't say one is better than the other, but like we definitely need to have female relationships.
That's so important, Lacole. You said right. Like, it's so important. You need that sister. You need someone to encourage you. You need someone to get jealous of you. I got people that get jealous of me all the time. You know what? They inspire me to do better.
I can't.
I'm like, what else you want from me? You see what I posted the other day? I said, you can copy me. You can do this. You can do that. But guess what? You ain't me.
That's
so
right.
That jealousy inspire you, and believe it or not, males go through the same thing. So for any woman out there that say only females act like that, believe me, guys go through the same thing. They have guys that are jealous of them. They have guys that talk crap about them, steal their woman. Okay, it's not only females. So we all go through this.
We all go through it. Wow. Yolanda says, I prefer to work with men over women, but that's it. She didn't say hanging out or anything else, but that's it. She just prefer to work with men. And I can agree with that too. I can totally agree with that, because when you come into a job, you're going to get that money, make that money. I have this motto, make money, not friends. So when I go to a job and I don't have time for other craziness, I only got time to go up in there and make my money. So I totally agree with that, Yolanda. Yes. Okay, so here's a scenario. I had a friend when I first moved. I'm a country girl, so I moved from South Georgia to Atlanta.
Look, this is we're doing a science talking here about SylindaD, okay, about her life.
Girl, because I tell you, okay. Listen, so I'm enjoying this girl talk tonight, and all of our sisters that's chiming in. Having a best friend. As a female, let's just say that your female friend is single and you have a boyfriend, and vice versa. Is it okay for the three of you to hang out a lot?
A lot? Maybe no. And
she used the keywords, Lacole. It's like you removed the a lot.
Listen, I have made amends with some of the, the people and the circumstances that were not so great in my life. But I'm gonna tell you, I had a situation that scarred me from when I was young. One of my friends, I had a situation like that. We all hung out, me and my boyfriend and her, and it, you know what I mean? And so that can be a bad thing, you know what I mean? And so I'll just leave that at that. I think you should have boundaries. It's okay sometimes, because on the other hand, I'm one of the friends that has been single and has no problem, interacting with my friend and her boyfriend, but I have boundaries. I know not to cross any lines. I respect my friends. So I just think that there are limits. There's if you want to be single all your life, then you need to stay single and live that kind of life.
Like we all have enjoyed that type of life. But when you have enough of it, then it's time to get serious. And being serious about your relationship means spending quality time with your man, spending quality time with your woman, putting a little bit of that family aside, because this is not only girlfriends. Some people want to be around the family the whole freaking time. No, spend some quality time with your man and your woman and the people you love. It's all about you too. That's how you guys are going to get to know each other and love on each other. You don't need a bunch of people. Like I see people that goes to restaurants and go out to eat and go to clubs or whatever. They always want to be around friends. They can never be by themselves. It's like, what kind of relationship is that? That tells you something is lacking. because that person want to be around his friends all the time or her friends all the time.
Yeah, they don't like being around you. Something is lacking.
Exactly, something is lacking.
Yeah, everybody's chiming in there saying there should be just the two of you, definitely.
Yeah.
And Lacole, I concur with what you said because I went through that. Y'all know me. I'll just be talking. So, a girl had a friend. We were hanging out when I first moved here. The three of us, the guy, girl. The guy was so fine and cute. Oh my goodness! And I just really liked him. Okay, I find out they were sleeping together. So she was supposed to have been liking his friend, but
She like your friend instead.
she like my man.
Right.
Okay.
It happens.
It does. It happens. Yep.
And Eve, you are so right too about the family member thing because I know of a situation. I really won't expound on that, but my goodness, some things you just don't do.
Yeah. Like, stay with that relationship. If you want a relationship, I always tell my friends, even when we were in the dating game or whatever, and most of the guys tell you all the time when they come to you, I want something serious. And my thing is always like, okay, show me how serious you want to be. Like, just saying you want something serious and you want a relationship, but you acting a certain way, then no. Like, come on, grow up. If you want something serious, you start making actions and doing things to get to that level. If not, you're going to be playing around and you're going to be doing whatever. And at this point in our lives, I know at our age, like, that's not what we want. We want somebody that can be committed to you. And if you can do that, you can even be committed to me to spend some time alone. I don't want you.
Yeah, you're right. If they don't want to spend time along with you, then there's definitely a problem. And you got to really watch out for those girlfriends too that say, girl, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. Well, I wouldn't let him. Right.
Yeah. There's always going to be people that change and tell you things, positive, negative. At the end of the day, you got to listen to your heart. Like I always tell my other half, look, life is too short. We're getting older. I think I care what people say right now. I don't. If you feel love, if you can love somebody, enjoy the ride. Stop worrying about what people have to say. Like, you should get married. You should get married at this age. Like, you should have children at this age. Who cares? You do things at your time whenever you find that one and whenever you're happy. And if you think that's the one, then do whatever you want to do with it. Stop waiting. Life is too short to worry about what people have to say.
And your happiness, the most important person in the world, as far as your happiness, is yourself. You got to be happy first. So I totally agree with you. What you say, Eve? I give. Oh, okay. Okay, Yolanda, we get that. Eve, I can tell Yolanda is one of your friends.
That's right. Yeah, she's my best friend. Nina is there too. Cheryl's there too.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys know, they know I keep it real. We got to keep it real. Like, there's no reason why you got to follow certain time frames. The American dream. You should get married like this and you should do this. Just live your life. I always tell my friends when they tell me, hey, I'm dating this guy, I'm doing it. Look, are you happy? Yes. Are you in danger? No. Then to hell with it. Enjoy. Just enjoy. Be happy.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Anisha said you live with yourself. Now that's some real talk, Anisha.
And you pay your own bills. Thank you very much. That's right. So when somebody comes to you and tell you what not to do and what to do, look, if they're not paying your bills and they're not taking care of anything in your household, whenever you have an emergency, you have a situation, they're not there, they need to see.
You need to zip it, Eve. So Eve, we can tell that you are in a good place now. You are like, you really just don't care about what people say. Hey, it's all about you and your boo right now.
Yeah. You get to a certain age that you kind of, you make mistakes, you evolve. When I was 19, I got married when I was 19 the first time. And oh my God, I remember I used to call my mom and my friends for everything. What should I do? And I got bad advices too. I remember I got in trouble so many times doing the wrong thing because I was listening to my friends. Sometimes you just got to do what you feel is right for your situation because they were dealing with some situations too, and then you look back, you're like, damn, now she divorced too. Like, we all screw up. So
All
no.
screwed up. Mm-hmm,
Yeah, you
mm-hmm.
got to listen to your heart, and of course you got to pray about it. Nobody else can tell you more than you alone with God asking, hey, what should I do? What's the best thing to do in this moment?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, Olivia says you were young at 19, but learning from the mistakes. So you know those things not to do now. And that's exactly what I was saying. You have people telling you stuff, and then you look at them like, okay, well where's your man? Where's your,
That's right. Yeah, I used to look at that too. Like, why are you talking to me? You're not, what? You're not even a mom. You're not even me.
I'm gonna just say for the people who may be single, it doesn't mean that people who are single can't give you any wisdom.
Yes.
That's definitely true.
Sometimes.
No, and people that have made mistakes and had a hard situation, sometimes you got to listen to them too. They have a point.
And Lacole, with you saying that, as women, one thing we got to realize too, I think we talked about this before, it seems as though a lot of women start living once they get into a relationship or a marriage. That's when their happiness start. But you got to be happy yourself first. It's like my man this, my man that, and then Eve, you did. I'm gonna piggyback on something you said earlier about having that girlfriend. You got to have that one friend, that good friend that you can talk to, because if you are with that man and things don't work out, and sometimes we find ourselves getting into a relationship, we push our friends to the side. Honey, it's all about him. You no longer talk to your friends. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But then they're gone when you need them if it does not work out. So we have to be very careful about that too as women.
No, very, very. You're completely right. Like my life has changed. I talk to my other half all day long. But I always make time for my friends, like even on the weekends, even when they call me, I'll be like, babe, I gotta call you back. Jasmine's calling me, Sheena's calling me, Roxy's calling me. And I give them some time too, because you know what? They were there when I need them the most. When I was single, when I was low, when I was feeling lonely, they were there loving on me. So you still gotta love on them. They need you, we need them. So you cannot forget about them just because you find someone.
Say it again, girl. Woo! Yes. How do you feel about that, Lacole?
You can't forget about your friends. I've been in that scenario where I felt like I was the friend that was forgotten about when my friends got into relationships.
Yeah.
And it could be a lonely place, because you are like, well, dang, what happened?
Yeah.
But it happens. Just got to stay solid and just be there when they come back around or when things go wrong. You just got to be that solid friend, and that's that.
Because I don't think men do that. You'll correct me if I'm wrong. They still keep the boys around. I don't think they just walk away from their friends.
No, most of the time they do. They keep them.
Yeah, Shonda said 5 more friends. She said the way to solve this is just 5 more friends.
Oh my God. Nina say marriages do not end friends, or at least should not. Exactly, they should not.
Oh, you see, Regina says we focus on that man so much. Oh, she's stepping into something now.
That's true. And you know what happened? I think it has happened to probably all of us, especially marriages, long relationship. There's a certain point in your life that you forget about yourself. You don't even care about the things that you're doing. You're helping them. You're making sure that they get their degree, that they get their business established, that they do all of this. And you look back and you're like, what happened to me?
Okay.
You forget about yourself. You can do that. Like I always say, you should always start a relationship in embracing the word teamwork. This is a teamwork. We help each other. It's a team. It's not one person. It's a team. It's a team effort.
That's exactly true. You speaking, girl. You preaching tonight.
I'm just soaking up all these gems from these experienced ladies.
You are speaking tonight. When Eve said that we help them do this, we help them do that, I started thinking about the movie. I had a flashback of them. What was the movie when Angela Bassett set the car on fire?
Oh my God, yes.
Waiting to Exhale.
I love that movie. Oh my God, yes.
And then Tyler Perry's movie where the guy cheated on her.
Yeah, and he was in the bathtub and she had to help him. Yes. Yep.
Look, Eve looking like, yes, I would be the one to do that. If you
Ooh, I will be like putting him under that water, like
don't play with Eve. I love
yeah,
it.
but that's also important, like it's always important to end situations in a good way. You always want to be a lady. All right, ladies, if you're listening to me, please be a lady. Don't matter what the guy does, what situation, how bad it was. Keep yourself good standing, because you know what? Karma is what I mean.
Yeah.
Everything is going to come back to them. You don't have to do anything. Don't hurt yourself. Don't do anything bad. Don't try to come back to them. Stay being a lady. Things are going to happen the way that they should happen.
Say that. You do not have to go and put sugar in his tank. You don't have to put the windows out his car. You don't have to key the car. But, hey, be real. Tell the truth. Tell the truth, Eve and Lacole. Have y'all ever done that to a guy's car, or tell the truth? Lacole takes a sip.
Drinking water.
She takes a sip. Lacole.
Oh my God. I'm pretty sure it was fun though.
Listen, let's just say nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, ladies, I have a question that one of the ladies just texted me. She says, I would like to get points of view on. Okay, hold on. Sis, your friend is interested. Okay, your friend is interested in a guy, but he doesn't feel the same way. He wants you. Is he off limits to you? Is this a breaking girl code?
Yes. Agree.
Wait, I missed it. It was the one.
Okay, I'll read it again. Your friend is interested in a guy, but he doesn't feel the same way. He wants you. Is it off limits to you? Is he off limits? Is that breaking the girl code?
I'm trying to think if that has ever happened to me.
I had that situation, not so much like that, but I have friends, and for some reason, sometimes when they notice that I'm friend with this person, they'll send me a friend request on Facebook, Instagram, and I deny it. I am not your friend. You are dating my girlfriend. So I don't have nothing to do with you, and I don't want to.
Right.
I think it's disrespectful. You see what I'm saying? Like, there are certain limits that we don't need to cross. Oh my God, there's millions of people in this world, and they look handsome, they're attractive. You can find somebody else. Even if they don't have feelings, even if they haven't get intimate, even if they're just dating, there's so many other people that you can deal with. You don't need to mess up a friendship just because someone comes to their life. I think friendship is more important than that. I don't have the time. Okay,
and the audience, they're saying it's off limits. And one says, does he know she wants him? Another one says, I say no if she discusses things with her friends first before pursuing.
Yeah, I would say that.
She said her question was if there was an interest, not a relationship. If there was an interest. Okay.
Right. I guess if they're having date and the guy, I don't know. I just think that the guy's already acting weird. Like, why do you want the person now you don't want this one?
Well, Olivia posed a great question now. And for the young lady that just texted me or inboxed me, can you expound on this if you can? Does he know that she likes him? Does your friend know? I'm not saying that I'm trying to keep it. He may not know. He may like the other person. He just may not know. But then again, if that is your best friend, then I really feel like you should not cross that.
Yeah, I just don't want to go out with someone that my friend like. Like, let's keep it with different flavors.
Now, men, on the other hand, I don't know.
Yeah, of course they. Okay,
she says no. He did not know that she was interested.
Okay, that makes sense.
So your answer changes now, Eve?
I don't know. Like, I still wouldn't do it, but I see what the audience are saying. Like some people say, hey, they didn't know. They didn't know. So.
Okay, Olivia says, and if she is her friend, I would tell her that the guy's interested in her.
I think either way, it's always going to cut some issues with that friendship. And it's not worth it.
Okay, she says he only saw her as a friend. That's what we were talking about, guy friends, girl. Ooh, wow. And that happens. That happens.
Oh yeah,
More than
it happens all the time.
yeah, it really does. But then you see those situations where it's like, okay, well, he likes you, then hey, go ahead, go for it or whatever. But I don't think I could do it because I know how she feels if she has that interest in him.
Yeah.
I don't think that I could personally do it.
Yeah, it's gonna change the ways you guys feel about each other in that friendship, and I just don't think it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you always gonna think back like, what else she's gonna steal from me? She just took my man.
Well, technically, Eve, it wasn't her man.
It wasn't her man. I know.
Lacole, are you having flashbacks back there?
I'm having my wheels is turning, honey.
You're thinking like,
be diplomatic out here.
What are you thinking about, Lacole? Talk to us.
Thinking about an instance. So what about if there was let's say, Eve, you had just mentioned about you don't accept firm requests from somebody who is, of the man of your friend, or would you say the same for exes too? Would you not follow? Would you follow your friend's ex, or
no,
is it off limits?
Same thing.
Now, let me ask you a question. If what about your friend who, let's say your friend has a child with someone? Would following that person, like, you know how Instagram is that off limits? Or
no, I think it all depends. Were you guys part of the friendship and the relationship? That's different. If you guys were all friends, it's okay. Some of these guys I get requests I had never met. Like, what are you doing looking at me? I don't want you. Why are you sending me a request? I don't know you. You see what I'm saying? But if we all knew each other, we hanging out, of course, that's different. Even if they break up, we can still be friends. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what if there was an instance where there was a little bit of drama attached to that, and there was some talk about maybe that maybe, let's say, the ex put in her head that you liked him, and then would you follow him?
No.
Absolutely not, right?
No. That's too much drama involved. I don't want to be involved in that.
I say that.
If they broke up because their marriage ended and something happened, that's different. And we were all friends. I don't have anything against each other. We all want to be friends, no matter if the marriage or the relationship ended. But now I'm involved in the whole mess. I'm out. Goodbye.
I just think that, when it comes to this whole social media thing, things can get real sketchy.
It can.
It's just not worth it. I think sometimes people do things just to be spiteful. I've experienced that also, and it's not cool. I'm gonna just leave that right there. What else are we talking about? I'm gonna leave that right
there. She experienced quite a bit too, Eve. She's like, I'm just gonna leave it there.
I know. Yeah, there's situations that can be a little bit more complex.
Yeah.
But dating is something, especially in today's world, it's something.
Exactly. It's really complicated. Yeah, you have to really careful. You never know who you're dealing with. You have to get to know that person. It's like, I don't know, dating is not the same like, it was many years ago. People have so many options now that.
That's the part with social media. Never have we had so much easy access to everything. Like, you can go in the next room and be on the phone with somebody, in someone's DM, following somebody, liking somebody's booty pictures.
Yeah, and people be lying, and I see it both ways. Like, I have friends that have gone on a date, male friends, and the girl comes in pregnant, and she lied the whole time they were talking. Like, she showed the picture and everything, and she goes in there with a belly, and he's like, "What are you expecting me to do? Like, do you think I was gonna be like, yeah, she's pregnant already?
Be my baby daddy."
Like, and then using filters, like they use filters, and when they come in, their face all messed up. They're like, don't do that. Like, be real. Like, if a person cares about you or like you, they need to like you for who you are, because they're going to get to see you, especially when you wake up in the morning.
That's true. That's true. Regina
It's
says
just so many lies. So many lies. People need to really keep it real. It's terrible.
that's it. That's it. Regina says I like dating back in the day, and Olivia says me and my husband was just talking about how scary it is to date through time now. It is a beast out there.
It is. It is.
You don't know what you're getting.
You don't.
And it's very, when you find someone that you can have a real connection with, and that person is honest and you're on the same page, that is a gift, because that time period when you meet somebody and you're getting to know them, but you also know you don't have a commitment and they're getting to know other people too. That right there, that little window of time, that is a beast right there. So you got to be careful.
So is it okay to talk to 2 or 3 people at the same time if you're getting to know a person? And then what do you guys feel about that? How do you feel?
Yeah, but it's like, what are the boundaries of getting to know you? You know, are you being sexual with that person? Because a lot of times the men are with all of them. You know what I mean? And I hate to put it on.
Believe me, Lacole, not only men, women do the same thing too.
What'd you say?
Women do the same thing too, believe it or not.
They gotta be doing it with somebody, right?
They go on dates and they sleep with all these guys.
Right. And so that window period where they're getting to know someone and there's no commitment and everybody's just doing everything, honey.
Yeah. I always tell my friends, and I always stick with the same manner. If you're dating somebody, you're talking to somebody, stick with that person. That's the only way you're going to get to know them, and you're going to give you 100%. If it doesn't work, then move forward to the next. But talking to all these people and try to keep up, sending the good morning text to 3 or 4,
that's too much.
That gets old.
We have a guy tuned in. No, we don't do that.
Not completely, but I don't do anything.
It's too much to keep up.
It is a lot.
Yeah. Regina says, look at reality shows. Now, that's a great point. And by the way, Michael said, no, we don't. We don't do that. So we have Michael tuned in. So he's like, I'm sticking up for my brothers tonight.
Right. He's sticking up.
Came through with
And Regina said, you know what? To piggyback on what Regina just said, I was watching a reality show the other night, and all these women, I guess it was The Bachelor, maybe, all these women, like, he kissed this woman and then he'll kiss this. I'm like, I don't care. I could not be on this reality show. I just couldn't do it, because that's just a lot of women. It's too much going on. Too much.
Yeah, I always think, and I think it's part of science, you know, like, if you're just talking to someone, you're going on a date, but you don't have no physical touch, kissing, hugging, and intimacy, okay, you may be good. But as soon as you have some type of touch and physical involvement with that other person, it needs to be exclusive. You need to be careful, because you're exchanging things. And us as women, we get emotional. Like, look, it takes a hug and a kiss and a good kiss to get me in love. I don't need to have sex to be in love with somebody. Like, I'll be like,
he said a hug, a good kiss.
That's it. It doesn't require too much. So we are emotional. We get the feeling, and we know he's the one just by that. So imagine doing that with a bunch of people. No.
You're right. We are very emotional, and we do get caught up. And that's when we start busting the windows out the car and create Lacole. And then she turns her necklace.
Look, I take our earrings off.
But Lacole, I could never imagine myself doing that. It was so
Look, when people get upset, you never know what they're doing.
You never know what you do, right? Especially if you're in love with that person and that person told you.
Yeah, emotions can get you to do things that you can never imagine you can do.
That is so true. It's so true. Yeah, so I understand, cuz it's okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. But again, that's what we definitely have to know who we are. Olivia says the ugly starts to come out when it comes out.
That's right. That's right, Olivia. You're right.
And I'm telling you, it's true. And I had gotten to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I don't want to get involved in. First of all, when you get tired of getting your heart broke or your emotions played with, it forces you to make some different decisions. Some people don't. Some people keep going, but I personally knew what it was doing to me personally. You know what I mean? And I didn't like how I felt. I didn't like how I didn't like it. And so I decided, okay, I'm gonna fall back and I'm just gonna focus on myself.
Right.
And when the time is right, and develop myself and do the things I need to do. And when the time is right, that person will be presented to me. I'm not going to sit here and play games with you and trying to figure everything out and try to feel better about myself because what this one is doing and playing with this. No, we're not doing that. So.
Yeah, I agree. And that's a headache. Trina just said when a woman's fed up, and that's so true.
That's right.
That's so true. When we're fed up.
Look, now with technology, we have so many ways to kind of like step away. Like I'll be like block.
Yeah, that's it. Just block.
And I'm not even going to waste my time fighting with you. Block. You are blocked. Double block.
So many women. That goes back to not knowing that you're whole and knowing who you are. You want to go all crazy. And like Lacole, I applaud you because you say you took a step back and you realize that you had to work on yourself. When you find yourself changing for a man, doing crazy stuff you never thought you would do, it's time to pack the bags and go. It's time to. It's not even worth it. It's not worth it.
Not. And if you don't make the decision, you're going to be on that merry-go-round for a long time because, honey, I was on it for a long time, longer than I can admit. And so, yeah.
We all have been there, Lacole.
So, Lacole, you finally got to that point. Like, you know what? Just, you felt better afterwards, I'm sure. Like, I was in this for such a long time. I'm really learning to love myself again. And you look back at it and probably look at that person now, because I've been in relationships. I look back at that person, I'm like, what the world was I thinking? Big head. Oh,
yes.
Rotten teeth, though.
Yes. Looking at, I'm going to give a shout out to anyone out there, women, men, anyone that realize and take their time to step away and be by themselves and work on themselves. I give you a shout out. That's the way it should be. Everyone should be doing that instead of moving from one end to another, and just break everybody's heart. Like, that's the right thing to do. Work on yourself and figure out what you need to do to make it better, and then move forward. Yeah. So I applaud everybody that does that.
Yeah, and you don't release yourself until you really found yourself. So once you do that, then you can release yourself to love and be loved again. So that's really good. We hope that whoever may be going through just that right now, because I know it's going
to end up in jail.
It is not even worth it. It's not worth it. Because, and then what happens is he's going on with somebody else or with that other person. Right. We see it all the time.
And then you know what? And then sometimes it's a situation where it's like either the person can't commit or won't commit, and then you might look back and the person still ain't committed to nobody. So it's not even about you. You know?
It's not. Right.
Definitely.
It is not.
Wow. Ladies.
I love it. Everybody's engaged.
Yeah, I thought I had another question coming through. Yolanda says we all need to relearn ourselves after a relationship and transform into the new, better us. I love that, Yolanda.
Yes, amen.
Valencia says jumping from bed to bed.
No good.
It happens, guys. It really does. There's a song that say, I didn't know that. Y'all know that song? Somebody says you know that song, right? You ladies ever heard it?
No.
Okay. Michael says can't fully bond with an emotionally broken person. Healing is necessary.
Absolutely. Yes. And I had to do that. I had to take a moment to heal because it was
like weird.
Now, Lacole, that you're in that space where you're healed.
What'd you say?
Do you feel that you're there now? You are in that healing space?
I do.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, Michael is so right. I love it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and like for the ladies, any ladies out there that are still single and you're still, you're still working on yourself, like don't hurt our men like that. Like men get hurt too, believe it or not. They get hurt and it's not fair for them to get hurt by women that are still broken and working on themselves and they can just let go. Just stay by yourself. Please just stay by yourself. Because when you hurt them, then they come to us. To the good ones. And we had to fix them.
Let me make sure I clarify. I am not that broken woman that is breaking men out here.
No, you did good because you step away. You was like, I'm gonna work for myself. There's some people that don't do that. They keep going and keep going, and it's like it's not them, it's you. Work on you. Stop breaking hearts.
Yeah, and it takes a while for people to get there also, Eve. It really does. Especially, once again, when you don't know who you are. Okay, they're talking about the song When a Woman's Fed Up by R. Kelly.
Oh, okay.
Oh, guys, Nina says a hurt man is not a rare breed. Okay.
It's
a lot of them out here.
It's many of them, and it's so sad because sometimes we complain and we're like, there's no good men out there, and the men are not doing this. But when they're do good and they're doing the right things, we cannot take it for granted, ladies. We need to make sure that they're loved and we're telling them that they're doing some good things too.
Well, I can't wait to find my good man that I can love on.
Because, girl, he may be watching you right now. You just never know, girl. He's been watching you post your Instagram. He may want to write an insurance policy for him.
She waiting for your message. You are approved to inbox Lacole.
Okay. Starting tonight, you have our permission, right, Eve?
But you better don't be our friend, okay?
Right. You can't follow that.
And we may have to check him out for Lacole, though.
I missed it. What'd you say?
We may have to check him out. Listen, guys, Sean says, what are some good things that you like to see in a man as you elevate, whether or not to proceed with dating him?
What are some things that you like to see, that you evaluate?
Wow, that's a great question.
I like to see his leadership skills. I like to see how, he handles his business. I personally, listen, no offense to the gamers out here who like to play video games, but I am not into it. I'm a person who, like, if you have things that need to be, I understand sometimes guys look at it as a decompression, right? They play their games, but too much of anything isn't good. So if you're the type that like to be on that game all day long when you got a mess around you, it ain't gonna work for me. But like stuff like that, leadership qualities, how they treat the people around them. What about you guys?
I agree with you, and I would like for our audience to chime in on that question as well. I look for, or I like you said, leadership. The 3 P's, I say priest, provider, and protector. Those are the 3 P's that I look for, and I think we all, as women, definitely know what that is. Olivia says commitment. If I have those 3 P's in a guy, then I'm good because I know that everything else is going to fall in place with him.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, Nina said transparency. So we got commitment, transparency.
Transparency is big.
Yep. Yeah, I love that piece that Olivia said, commitment.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, they have to be genuine for me. Like they have to have a good heart. I get to see, how they love on people, how they speak, how they treat me. And all that kind of stuff. Like I'm not big on material things. Like they can bring me a red velvet cake because I love sweet, and I'm happy. Like simple things matter to me more. Getting to know me and knowing what I like. I love sunflowers, so my baby sent me sunflowers all the time. That tells me he cares. He's into me because he's paying attention. So I think that's important. Like don't send me stuff that everybody else have. I don't want that. I want you to know me.
Yeah, That's good, Eve. That's good. One of the sisters says acknowledgement. The other one says, does he have a relationship with God?
Yeah. Mhm.
Definitely. And one says a good heart.
Yes.
Olivia says, I believe if he is committed, then everything else will follow. So yeah. Sean says, I like to get an understanding for their history of quitting or finishing projects from sports, etc. Okay.
I like, okay, Michael says, so ladies, is there a rule in the women's handbook? Who told you we got a women's handbook? Okay. To love that good guys still finish last.
Ooh.
Michael is throwing some bomb questions.
I don't think good guys finish last, but I don't think that they finish.
I don't either. A lot of men do think that, like, you guys always go for the bad guys and then come back to us and we finish last. But Michael, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yep.
Not true.
And Trina says,
how you have to have some swag about them. They got to have a little swag with them. But
look how he got to have some swag, Lacole.
Yes.
I know. Yeah, I like that too. I can't be with somebody too nerdy.
Yeah, no.
Okay, ladies. Wow. Have no visual preferences. Oh, y'all, they are going in tonight. Because it's sometimes unbelievable that there are, Regina says, because it's sometimes unbelievable that there are good guys. Oh, wow. How do you what do you ladies think about that? Lacole, let's ask you, what do you think?
That it's unbelievable that they're good guys.
Mm-hmm.
I want to believe. I'm a believer. I'm still a hopeful romantic. So I believe that there are good guys out there. Just
That's good.
The right one, you know.
Yes.
You know, I have guy friends that say that to me, that there are no good women out there. Like, where I'm like, well, what? There are a lot of good women looking.
People. There are no perfect men. There are no perfect women. So if you're looking for perfect, then no, it's not out there. You know, but there are good people, just like they're good women, good men.
Yeah, and this is another piece you have to remember, that when a man and a woman meet the right person and the person that they truly love and they're one, they're gonna evolve and they're gonna act completely different than what they act previously. So a few months ago, I was the one who was talking about love. Who was
I'm telling you,
love?
Eve did not want to talk about no relationship.
You know, I was the one like, I don't even want to talk about relationship. I'm done.
Now she's down for it.
Guess what?
Okay.
Their Cupid just came in and just got me out of nowhere.
Got you.
And he was the same way. You know, he was the same way. So again, and he's evolving, I'm evolving. Like, I can't even believe this is true. For like, sometimes I pray and I'm like, God, is this real? Like, you just sent an angel to my life and he feels the same way. And I'm like, look, I'm enjoying it. I'm just thankful that God did that miracle to me, because I didn't even believe in love anymore. I was at that point that I was like, who cares? I don't even want to know. Look, to tell you the truth, this is funny. I know this is funny. Valentine's Day, I used to just close my Facebook account. I'd shut it off. I didn't want to see no damn flowers. I was like, I don't even want to hear the stories. People,
Now she posting pictures of her flowers. Look
okay.
I looked on her page.
Don't judge. Yes, like, again, we change when we find that one and that person, they just grab our heart. We change. It's like we become completely different.
That's true. That is true.
Valencia says we have to believe, because if we are believing there are no good men out there, that negative energy is keeping them away. That's good.
That is good.
That's really good and so true. That's so true. So we want to say to all of our sisters, keep hope alive. There is a man out there that wants you. And Lacole, you really said something when you said that a lot of us are looking for the perfect person. There is no perfect person. Not at all.
It comes with
no, you just gotta set priorities in your life. Like, it's always gonna be something that you don't like about the other person, but you just gotta set priorities. What's more important to you? If everything is important to you, you want somebody perfect, you won't be single the rest of your life. I'm sorry, but if it's not, you just gotta balance things out.
Yeah, definitely. We got one last question before we sign off. It's from Sean. She says, how important is intelligence and how do you evaluate a person's intelligence?
Intelligence is up here for me. Up here, yes, must have. How do I evaluate their intelligence? Their decision making. I'm very observant, so I'm going to, everybody has social media, and not saying that you can gauge everything off a person's social media, but if you look, you can draw off some things, and can you hold a conversation, an intelligent conversation?
Yeah.
Can we communicate and it flows? The conversation flows.
Right.
Yeah, all of those things. Like, we're not talking about any
Yeah.
stuff.
I always think this way. You like what you like. I like a certain kind of man. Sylinda's gonna like a certain kind of man. Lacole is gonna like a different kind of man. Like, what's more important to you? Is it the business, the money? Is it the way they carry themselves, the way they talk, the way they look? Everybody's gonna look for different things. What matters is what makes you happy. Don't go by what somebody tell you to find. You need to find a man with this and money and business, and he needs to make more money. You know what? Who cares? At the end of the day, what makes you happy is what matters. Who cares about your children? Who cares about your family? Who's there when you get sick? When you get old, who is able to carry you? Because I'm worried about that right now. We all, okay? I already got arthritis. It's going to be to a point. It's going to be to a point I'm going to be like, baby, you want to have to carry me out of this damn bed.
You're calling us all in the call.
And intelligence doesn't have anything to do with occupation, because you
you are right, Lacole.
So an intelligent janitor that can hold a great conversation.
Yes.
Great conversations. But the other thing, when we're talking about the whole thing with money and occupation and caretaking and all that good stuff, I was watching Tiffany the Budgetnista. I don't know if you guys know her. She's like a financial educator, and she had a live yesterday, and she has done $10 million in revenue, right, in a year. She's married. She calls her husband Superman. Her man makes significantly less than her, and she's like, you know what? Money is not the priority for me. He's a caretaker, and I knew that was what I needed. And that's more important than anything. So don't get caught up in all of this, fame and Insta glory and all the stuff that you see, that, all the shiny stuff. At the end of the day, you got to get what you need and what is going to work for you.
Oh, wow. Yes.
It's not always about the money. No. And I'm in financial services. So.
Yep. Stop watching all the crazy reality shows. It's called reality shows for a reason. They're all bullshit. Like, live your life. Stop trying to be like somebody else. Most of the time, they're not even happy. You can see it.
No, they're not. Oh my God. I have really enjoyed the show tonight. You two are something else.
Yes. So you guys, you know what? I know you guys enjoy. Everybody's making comments. Make sure you send us a message. Please let us know what you want us to talk about next time, what you want to hear, what you want to see from the three of us. We would love to bring it to you raw. Keeping it real.
Keeping it real. Yeah. Keeping it real. Yes. And undressing the mess. This is what we do.
That's right.
We have really enjoyed everyone that's tuned in, chiming in tonight. Just having this conversation, the girl talk. I love it. Thank you all, those that are on YouTube and those of you that are on Facebook. Make sure you go and follow us on our Facebook page, guys. Make sure you check us out there. There it is, facebook.com. Removing the Bandages is the page. And on YouTube, our new channel is Removing the Bandages Talk Show. So make sure you go to the YouTube channel and subscribe, guys. Again, as Eve just stated, if there is something that you all want us to talk about, please let us know. Go onto our page and let us know. Thank you so much, Yolanda. Sean says, please mention 101 conversational questions. Sean, unique books. Okay, Sean. We'll put it up in on our page, Sean, about your book. If there is anyone that has any books or anything that you want to talk about, you have a business or anything, and you want a shout out, make sure that you let us know so that we will be prepared to do it for our next show, guys. Again, thank you so much. We hope that you all have a wonderful evening as you get prepared for tomorrow. It's going to be Friday, guys. Even Lacole, do you have any shout outs before we go?
I don't. Go ahead.
Thank you to all my friends. Thank you to all my friends for tuning in. I love them. You know, I tag them and boom, they come in. I appreciate the love. Make sure you share. Go on YouTube, share with everybody. Like, people need to hear about what we talk about tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So show us some love. But thank you. We truly appreciate you guys sticking with us for a full hour.
We do.
Yeah. All right, guys. Until next time, have a great one. We're out of here.